So make sure you pick a major that you can excel in and do well in. I would suggest maybe nutrition or human development. I kind of advise people who don't do well in sciences not to be like a chemistry major or maybe genetics or some really hardcore science, just because if you don't do well in those, they might drag down your science GPA, because there are two GPAs that you need, the total overall GPA as well as the science GPA. And to get into medical school, the minimum requirement is that you take 4 science courses. That would be the biology, general chemistry, organic chemistry, as well as physics. So those are calculated into your science GPA, but you can also take other science-based courses to boost up that GPA. For example, I was taking general chemistry, and I was struggling because I was taking it alongside biology as well. And these courses, these intro courses, they're huge, and you're competing. At my school, I was competing with 900 other students. So finding help, I thank God that those courses had these smaller group sessions that I could go to and talk to the TAs and get help, because the courses, they were so fast-paced. If you didn't keep up, you fell behind. And that's what happened in my first year, that I just couldn't keep up with all the material. And I ended up getting a lot of C's, and I think I got a D in biology. It wasn't because I wasn't smart. It was just juggling too much at one time. So I would suggest maybe taking one strong science per year, as opposed to cramming all of it in your first 1 or 2 years. I ended up retaking biology during my either junior or senior year and did way better because I already had the foundation. I wasn't nervous. I already knew how I studied. So maybe spacing out the sciences is a good idea for you. There's no real rush to take them, even though maybe a curriculum might say, well, this is how everybody does it. But if you can't juggle all those sciences at the same time, then you don't have to. And talk to your advisor and see if that's something that you can switch around. A lot of programs are flexible in that regard. So during college, I tried to stay involved in things that would uplift me spiritually, and I think that's very important as well, because you're focusing so much on school, but you also want to focus on what's going on with your spirit and also your physical body. We were luckily forced to take a gym class during our first year, so most of us didn't gain the freshman 15. So I would encourage you to make sure you're exercising regularly and eating healthy. I feel like I had the unlimited meal plan, so it's so hard to stay healthy when you are so focused on being pre-med. But I thank God that my school forced us to take some sort of gym class, as well as had healthy options. Because I can't emphasize enough how important it is to take care of your body during college as well, so you can think clearly for those exams, getting enough sleep as well. So I think that's enough about that. I do want to touch on, if you do not do well in some of those science courses, as I mentioned before, you can boost your GPA by taking more social science courses, like human development or nutrition courses. Those all factor into your GPA. The other aspect that factors into the medical school application process is how you look as a total package. What do you do in your free time when you have it? So during my first year, I got involved in volunteering at a juvenile detention center, and that was very fulfilling because I got to work with girls who were in the system and they were just trying to get out and make a better life for themselves. So I did that for a while, and my whole 4 years in college, I was part of a gospel choir, and that was very enjoyable, and it helped keep me grounded throughout the whole time. I also did Taekwondo while I was there, and it's not necessarily about the number of activities that you do, it's the quality of it. And when you go to these medical school interviews, you want to be able to talk about these things. I did research as well, and all the things that I put in my medical school application were things that I was passionate about and was highly involved in. But like I said, it's not the number of activities, it's the quality of the activities. I would definitely say to have those experiences, like research experiences, that shows that you are not just wanting to be a physician that sees patients, but also contributes to the field. I would say to shadow physicians as well. It's a little hard to decide which specialty you're going to do that early on. A lot of my colleagues changed their minds after they did their third-year rotations in medical school. So I know a lot of people, they come in with a set mind, like, oh yeah, I'm going to be a surgeon. But be open to anything and just find physicians to talk to. And that's another tip that I would give you. Make sure that you start getting lots and lots of mentors on different trajectories and in different stages of their medical profession. So have a mentor who is in medical school, have a mentor who, like me, just graduated from medical school, who's a new physician. And there's also a lot of value in those physicians who they've paved the way for us. They've paved the way for minorities to get into medical school and to provide service to underserved. And I have so much respect for those physicians who are much older than me, and I take their advice to heart. And if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to be in these fields. And also having mentors, it helps you figure out which resources you need to use, what worked with different learning styles. Like, I'm a visual learner, so what worked for me may not work for the next person. So I think I'll stop the video here because I do want to go into more detail about the medical school application process, and I don't want to make this video too long. So stay tuned. I hope this series will be helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. And leave your questions below. All right, take care. Bye.